not gonna lie. It's real ugly out there.
What the fuck? Oh my god, point blank to the back. Are you serious? What? No damn. Too late. Boom. 90. Jesus Christ, I haven't gotten to 90 since 3rd grade. What the hell? I did not. And these are point. Another 90. Oh, no damage. No point blank. Fucking Christ. This is the fucking game pulled me back.
Consider that first.
Oh my. Look at this. Oh. So no point blank? Yeah, this one's bad. Gears 5 has been the most innovative Gears since 3 dropped back in 2011. The game delivers the goods. For the most part. It actually set out and met the goals that I had it to meet, which was to answer unanswered questions from the previous Gears of War games. Which it did. The campaign was intriguing, and I'm looking forward to the next installment. Gameplay is smooth and character design is solid. However, this game is really hot right now, so this isn't a review. That's coming later on down the line on the channel. This is about multiplayer, and the aspects you need to succeed in this Nasher Dasher, Lancer Dancer, hostile type of environment, because Gears of War will have you pulling your fucking hair out if you allow it to. And it will get to you. So in this video, we're going to discuss a few things that you can do, or rather keep in mind, while playing Gears 5 and be successful. So sit back, relax, and learn something bit. The first thing you could do to improve your skills happens before you even pop the game in. It's this little thing called research. Knowledge is power. So the more you know about the game, obviously the better you'll do. So make sure you go on YouTube and you follow pages like mine and others in order to stay up to date on the latest Gears 5 news, tips, and overall gameplay. When you watch another player, you learn about their game style, and you pick off little things that you like, and you add it to your repertoire. It's not cheating, it's learning. Now to my first real point, mechanics. In order to be great at anything, you need to master the mechanics of the game. Gears 5 features a few new mechanics, including the flashbang, which allows you to create an opportunity to rush, or to get out of a situation where you need to get out of there fast. You know the moments I'm talking about, when you're the only one in spawn and there's like 2 guys lancering you. Yeah, flashbangs come really handy in those moments. Speaking of new mechanics, let's talk about the new way you can melee. 2-piece is gone now, and it's like a jab, I guess. Muhammad Ali jab, if anything. You're downing people in 1 or 2 melee hits, and then that in combination with a shotgun makes it really deadly. Always work on your old previous mechanics like wall bouncing and mantle jumping, as well as working with the Lancer. Now, all my Nasher lovers out there, you're gonna have to put your pride aside and use that Lancer. There's no way in hell you're gonna be successful in Gears 5 without learning how to use your Lancer properly. You always gotta be ready for what's coming around the corner. Constantly working on your skills and your playstyle. Always thinking, what can I work on? What am I lacking in? What needs improvement? This is what a good player does in any profession. Constantly sharpening your sword and never rusting. Which brings me to my next point. Think before moving. You have no idea how dumbfounded I am watching some of these Gears players play. I mean, it's mind-boggling. The majority of these guys have no sense of direction, no sense of where the enemy is. They just run around the map. Literally just run around the map. It's like they're on a suicide run. I could never understand it. Most players don't get that when you kill somebody, their buddy is on the corner waiting to pick you off. Lancerers, campers, whatever you want to call them, they exist in the game, and they're waiting for you, waiting to catch you slipping. So you're gonna have to turn into a Lancer Dancer, as I like to call it, in order to survive all of this crossfire.
Be water, my friend.
What the legendary master is referring to is, be adaptable to any situation. Look at the map. Where are my teammates? How long does it take for weapons to spawn? Should I rush? Maybe not. Okay, they backed up. Now's a good time to rush. Constantly marking enemies so my opponents aren't anywhere on the map that my teammates cannot see. You should be constantly questioning yourself during a match, looking at the variables at play and how you can use them to your advantage. Be water, my friend. If you go into a pot, it becomes the pot. Into a teacup, it becomes the teacup, which means you are malleable, formless. You see a group hold up in a certain area and they kill you, you go a certain way with a teammate. You flank. You go back with nades. You're constantly switching up the look. Like if it's boxing, you give a guy different looks. It's the same thing in Gears. Okay, you get the point. Power weapons are extremely important in the game. In fact, there are a bevy of them that you need to master, and Gears has never been shy on that. But power weapons are going to allow to even the stakes when you're by yourself or when you have a shitty team. And this doesn't just go for Gears of War, this is basically multiplayer 101. Since the Halo days, Combat Evolved, I'm talking about. And if you're not good at them like I am, don't worry, there's no excuse. You boot up a private lobby and you start killing bots, and you master all the weapons you can. So when you head online, you already got a feel for them, you know where they spawn, and you're familiar with the maps. Just because I'm a one-trick pony with the Nasher doesn't mean you have to be. Master those power weapons so you can get those odds evened. Now, I know what you're thinking. Headshots? Really? Yes, really. You'd be surprised about how many people forget to go for the head in the heat of battle. In Gears 5, the reticle would turn red when you go for the headshots, and you really notice a difference when you don't. Even if you don't have a Lancer, still go for the headshot. It's the most effective shot you could put on somebody. And make sure you're always bursting your shots, never emptying your clip full throttle. Otherwise, you'll be hitting nothing but virtual air.
What? 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 What happened?
Video games are supposed to be a source of peace, a way for us to unwind from a long day. Unfortunately, that is not the case. In some scenarios, it actually causes us the most stress and makes us, well, overreact. Not to mention that it's counterproductive to the whole experience. When you rage, you're mad. When you're supposed to be happy, you're stressed. And when you're supposed to be relaxing, you're raging. That's a big no-no if you want to be good at the game. You're gonna have to control your emotions and stay in check. If the game is getting to you, take a break, 5-10 minutes, go smoke a bowl or whatever, and come back to it.
TK421, wire 2 at your post. TK421, do you copy?
You got comms on me? Yeah, you gotta squat up. That's what it comes down to. They're split, they're up. Yeah, they're split.
Oh, look at that! You're helping! Incendiary!
I'm here with you. Here we go, he's gonna push on the right. I'm gonna get a... Oh yeah, one coming up on me. Oh, he got the hammer. I knew that was gonna happen too. I got stuck in dead spot. Wait.
The hive has been heard, and its battle cry was resounding.
Xbox Live Game Chat isn't what it used to be, but you'll still find a few players out there who are willing to communicate and try to go for the win. It isn't all the time, but do your best to link up with your buddies so you have somebody on your side listening. Even if you don't, communicate with people in the party. Just talk, mark people. People are paying attention whether they like to or not. So keep the communication up. A lot of the times these kids are listening, they just don't have a mic. So even if you don't hear them, they're listening to your call outs. The stuff that was gone over in this video is pretty simplistic and most of you probably already know it. But it's important to always go back to your fundamentals, especially when you have a game like Gears that when you do everything right, there's still a chance that everything could go wrong with these point blanks from hell. But keep these principles close to your heart and you'll have nothing but success on Gears 5 multiplayer. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm looking forward for the rest of the year. We're gonna get this channel on the way. A Gears 5 review is coming. Thanks a lot and keep tuning in.